Hey everybody, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to do another Keanu Reeves movie review for you all. And today I wanted to do Hardball from 2001. So this came out after The Matrix, The Replacements, and The Gift. And if you've been watching my movie reviews, you know I really like The Replacements. That was the football movie. And I do like sports, and so in keeping with the sports theme, this one is about baseball. In this movie, Keanu plays Conor O'Neill, and it's set in Chicago, and Conor likes to gamble. He bets on the Chicago Bulls, the Blackhawks, the different teams. He also sells tickets to sporting events. The movie opens up, he's in a church and they're asking him to leave because it's time to close, and they ask if he needs guidance or healing, and he said no, he's just praying for the Bulls to cover the spread. So he's always hustling, trying to make a buck, and he owes two different guys. There is a bar owner named Duffy, and then he owes the barber $6,000, and he tries to rob Peter to pay Paul. So he's actually in Duffy's bar, loses a bet, and he gets beat up, and that's the whole thing. So in an effort to get him out of debt, he asks a friend of his to borrow some money, and the guy tells him that he'll give him $500 a week if he'll coach an inner city baseball team. And that is his company's, it's a securities company, Smith and something. Anyways, that's their way of giving back to the community. So he agrees to teach the kids for 10 weeks. That way he'll get $5,000 and he can pay back one of the debts that he owes. So he shows up, and the location is in the projects of Chicago. So it's a bad neighborhood. The kids are out. They're fighting and brawling with each other, they're really foul-mouthed. And so the first practice is just a total disaster, but he got his $500 in advance, and so that's what he's going to do, is he's just going to show up every week, and he plans on ditching the kids as soon as he can cover his bet. So he's down $11,000. So he keeps betting and selling tickets and coaching the kids. So the first game is a total disaster. The kids can't hit or throw, or I think the score was like 14-1, but they did get one hit. There's two brothers on the team named Kofi and Jarius, but Jarius is called G-Baby. So G-Baby is just a little too young to play, but he wants to be on the team so bad that Keanu, who is the coach, allows G-Baby to stay in the dugout and watch the others play. So the kids are adorable who are on the team. There are, again, Kofi and Jarius, the brothers. Then there's Andre. There's a boy named Miles who always wears headphones and is listening to music. There's Jefferson Tibbs, adorable. He's got asthma, and cute little kid. All the little kids. There's Ray Ray. All of the boys on the team are just wonderful characters. So the second game goes a little better, and they're the only team that doesn't have uniforms. They get passed out. The name of the team is the Kekambas, and the boys just get boxes of t-shirts that say Kekambas on them, while all the other kids in the league, they all have nice uniforms, and the coaches of the other teams are kind of, everybody looks down on the Kekambas. So they don't have uniforms. It's just a ragtag bunch. So the first thing Coach Conor does is he tells them all that they can't use foul language anymore, because the first part of the movie is so funny because they're just cussing up a storm and they're just little kids, and he's like, hey, can we cool it with the B? So he said from now on during practice, nobody could say anything bad to anybody else, because they're all saying, you can't hit, you can't do this, you can't do that. So then they have nothing to say to each other because they're not talking smack. So gradually they learn to function as a team, and they gradually get better. So now all the kids go to school. It's a I'm gonna say it's a Catholic school because they're all in uniform, and their teacher is Miss Wilkes, but she's not a nun, and that's Diane Lane. And Diane Lane is in so many movies, and it was so great to see her in this movie. She was fantastic as the boys' teacher. So, now 2 of the boys can't be on the team unless they do their book reports. So Coach Conor actually reads a book to the boys, and they give oral book reports in class, and Miss Diane Lane tells them, okay, you can be on the baseball team. So the boys gradually get better, and it's so cute that, well, after they got beat really bad, Coach Conor takes them all out for pizza. And that really sparks them up because they all live in the projects, and it's really, I mean, this movie's 20 years old, and it's really shocking how people in the projects live. There's a lot of violence, a lot of gangs. One of the little boys gets beat up on the way home after the pizza party, and everybody sits on the floor in their apartments because of bullets, and gunfire is pretty commonplace, and it's just really an eye-opening. I guess, I mean, I've always heard of the projects, but I've never actually seen the projects. And he does walk one of the little boys up to his apartment, and as he's walking by all the, you know, it's basically like a giant hotel, you know, people are in, you know, rooms. It was really, and it's so funny because the movie, although it's 20 years old, it seems so relevant to today. So anyways, the Kekambas get better, and they're, if they hit well and play well, they get pizza. So he takes them out for a pizza party, and they have a great time, and it meant so much to the boys that they start talking about going to the ship, which is the championship at the end, but they've got to win all these games to get to the ship. So they do. They start practicing. They start getting better. One of the boys named Miles says that he wants to pitch, and he's like, okay, you can pitch. Well, Miles always wears his headphones, and he's always like listening to music, and you know, and so Conor asked G-Baby, what is he listening to? And he goes, oh, well, he's got 5 tapes. He only listens to one song over and over again. He goes, well, what does he listen to? And he goes, well, he listens to Big Papa by Notorious B.I.G. And he goes, well, how does it go? And he's like, I love it when they call me Big Papa. Put your hands in the air if you're a true player. I love it when they call me Big Papa. I see a few ladies should be having my baby. But anyway, yeah, so it gets the song stuck in your head for weeks, but it's so adorable. So when he's pitching, he's got to be listening to, and so he's just strike, 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 strike. So the other coaches catch on. They're like, hey, he can't wear headphones when he's playing. And so then they start losing again. And it's just an adorable movie. It's about the individual boys. It's about how Conor grows, and he finally does cover his bets, and he makes one big bet, and if he would have lost, it was just that part of the movie was really, really interesting because he just keeps betting and betting, and finally he does cover his bet. He's able to pay off both of his debts, and his buddy Tiki, who's played by John Hawkes, wants him to now go keep betting, but instead of betting again, he takes all the boys to go see a real baseball game, and they go to watch the Cubs play. Second row, so who knows how he got those tickets, but I guess if you're scalping tickets all the time, you have a way. And got to watch a real baseball game that they'd never seen before, and they got to see Sammy Sosa, and Sammy did a cameo in the film, so that was really cool. He turns around and waves to the boys. And it's just, you know, it's redemption for Conor, it's redemption for the boys, and they go on, and it's a fantastic movie. So they start to win, they start to turn it around, and they get down to the end, and one of the little boys, Jefferson Tibbs, who has asthma, he can't play because his asthma's acting up. So even though G-Baby's not on the roster because he's too young, they put G-Baby in when they're down 2 outs and 2 strikes, and it's the end of the game, and G-Baby hits a baseline hit to first and wins the game. So they get to go on to the championship, and it was just amazing because the little boy, his name is Dwayne something, who plays G-Baby. He's just the cutest little kid. He's got the biggest smile. So now they're gonna go to the championship, and so when he takes the boys, the company had bought him a station wagon to take the boys home since it was so dangerous. So he drops the boys off, and there's a group of guys who won't let him go in. When they go around to the back way, some men come breaking out of the back door and they begin shooting at each other. So the two boys, Kofi and G-Baby, they kind of run away and they hunker down to get out of the gunfire. The car drives off and the other guys run away. Unfortunately, G-Baby is hit and killed. That was really, really sad. Coach Conor finds out about it, and then when they have the funeral, the whole team goes, and they ask if anybody wants to say anything, and Coach gets up and he talks about G-Baby winning the game for the team when they were down, and how he raised his hands in triumph and he was jumping up and down because he was so happy, and how Conor felt like in that moment it made him a better person. And actually, that was a great, I mean, it made me cry. After the funeral, the boys, they were going to cancel. They weren't going to make the boys play in the championship game. They just weren't going to have the championship. But the boys wanted to play for G-Baby. And so they go and they're playing the championship game. And Miles, the pitcher, can't wear his headphones. So everybody, you know, Conor's like, because he can't pitch unless he's listening to Notorious B.I.G. So he goes, but can't you hear the song in your head? And he's like, well, yeah, but I lose the rhythm. And he's like, I got it when they call me Big Papa. So the whole stadium and even the other team, everybody starts, I love it when they call me Big Papa. So they all start, the whole place starts singing Big Papa, and then Miles starts throwing strikes and they win the championship for G-Baby. And just go find this movie. It's Hardball. It's amazing. It's endearing. It'll make you laugh. It'll make you cry. It's good. It's the kids. It's gambling. It's betting. It's just a wonderful, wonderful movie, and one of my all-time favorite Keanu Reeves movies. So anyways, okay, that's it. My name's Jackie. Please like, subscribe, leave me a message. And I've got lots of movie reviews to do with Keanu Reeves, and I mean, I've seen a bunch of them, but I'm kind of doing my favorites first. We'll work our way around to the others, okay? Well, I haven't done John Wick, you know, I love the John Wick movies, but anyways, we're doing these other ones because everybody knows the John Wick movies. Okay, thanks a lot, y'all. Bye.